Hey everybody, it's Tim Hinton, the Beast of the Marching Arts. I hope you're doing great. I am here to announce and talk about the top podcasts of 2019. Super exciting. We've had such a great year. Believe it or not, total over 99,000 downloads it's ridiculous in the year of 2019. So thanks everybody for watching. First, I have to apologize. I'm really scruffy. I need a shave, but I will say that I do have a new polo on. So I want to know what you guys think. I'm normally in my purple, but I got some new polos. This is a gray, still has the Marching Roundtable logo on it. So let me know. Type in your comments if you like the new gray polo. Just trying to expand the colors a little bit. As far as the scruffiness, that's because I am all work and no play. Yes, I'm going to stop for some holiday parties. Yes, I have some holiday travel coming up. But, man, I am working because we are trying to get the new Marching Band Methods online course that I created with Wayne Markworth. We're getting that finished up, trying to release that in January. So this is my excuse for being scruffy, is I just have not stopped. I have been taking showers, but I have not been shaving every day. Super excited about that. So watch for that in January. Thank you to Wayne Markworth. We finished all of the video recordings. We have all the content ready. I'm just very busy editing all that. So watch for that. Thanks to everybody that's been supporting us this year. I'm going to talk now about the top podcast of 2019. And what do you think is the number one, was the podcast that had the most downloads, had the biggest response for all of the podcasts we released in 2019? Are you ready? Are you excited about it? Okay. With over 2,000 downloads for this one podcast, Madison Scouts Move Forward with Tradition and Change, Jason Robb. It's podcast number 840. If you missed it, you need to go check that out. It was very popular. Of course, Jason is the new program coordinator. He's a friend of mine. I was really happy to get to talk to him. Drum Corps International was nice enough to help promote that with us and put out a wonderful article online at the DCA website about that. But they talk about, of course, it's going co-ed, the new design team, the whole process of how they put it together, how they were doing auditions, and they had a ridiculous response. I believe they had like over 600 people show up at the Madison Scouts audition camp. So that's super exciting for them, for that whole team. Congrats. So thank you, Jason, for doing that podcast with me. That has been the number one podcast. I'm going to tell you what the other ones are down the line. The second one, second most popular podcast, this will ought to be a surprise. Right around the same time, number 837, also in the month of November, wireless microphone frequencies are changing. Yeah, this was fantastic. So the guys at NFHS got together with me, and we talked about how in 2020, all the frequencies are changing, and a lot of your microphones may not be working, or they may not work correctly. So you need to learn about that. So if you haven't heard that one, 837 wireless microphones, really important. What was the next one? Number 3 podcast for the whole year with, let's see, 1,754 downloads so far. The guys at Avon. Thank you, Jay Webb, Matt Harloff. Number 830 was building a strong infrastructure for your program. Really, really popular podcast. That was also a webinar that you can watch at Marching Arts Education. But the podcast version of it, where we took an excerpt of that and put it out there, a lot of people wanted to hear about that. Who wouldn't want to hear about how those guys are doing that amazing work they're doing at Avon? They're juggling all these different programs, and they talk about how they make that work and how they build the infrastructure to make that possible. It's really interesting. I think the things that they say are probably not going to be what you think they're going to say. So I found that really interesting. They said, well, here's why it really works. And I was like, huh, that wasn't what I thought they were going to say. So that was really good. Number 4 for the whole year, what judges look for. Shane Gwaltney, Tom Rarick, Jim Dwyer, and Omar Carmenadis. Sorry, I should know how to say that. This is also from a webinar that you can watch, what judges look for. Who doesn't want to know what judges look for? They talked about it in the context of the end of the season for indoor drumline. But I got to tell you, the information there is fantastic, and it's useful for everybody. Next one down, number 5 for the whole year. Evan Van Doren, you rock, thank you. How to make your band sound better right now. Everybody wants to know how to make their band sound better right now, and Evan gives fantastic advice on that. So that is, let me look, that is podcast 829. So all these happened around that same time. We had a really big month in October, and they were all in October, November, right around that same time. But I got to tell you, we've had tons of downloads over the whole year of all kinds of great topics. The next one's in line on the list of the most popular of the whole year, Mike Jackson, talking about finding your group's identity. Color guard staging with Tim Newbern. And then here we go. The first DCI rewatch is on the list already, even though that just came out recently. The one with Leon May about the 1985 Garfield Cadets. One of the top 8 podcasts of the whole year already. And I mean, it's just getting going because it's just been out like a few weeks. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting what we're doing. It's super exciting to have all these people that are interested in what we're doing. They're downloading it. They're listening. And thanks to all the sponsors who are sponsoring all those podcasts and making this possible, keeping the lights on for us. Really appreciate that. We are launching into the new year. I got to tell you, it's very interesting. I spent some time recently with our web guy, Ellis Venice, who's wonderful, who's really been integral for like 5 or 6 years on all the stuff we've been trying to do. And I spent some time with him, and what we did was we revamped the Marching Arts Education website and the way it works. And we literally sort of changed the way posts work. You're not going to notice it, most likely, but we did alter the whole system. And I have to tell you, I spent a couple days literally going through every webinar on the Marching Arts Education site and sort of revamping the way it worked. And I got to tell you, I was like, this is a lot of stuff, and this is a lot of good stuff. Like, there's hundreds of great content and webinars. And I was like, oh man, I would go through the next one. I'd be like, oh wow, this one is great. This is so helpful. And then I'd go to the next one. I'd be like, oh wow, this person was so good on this. So check it out. I hope you'll find the resources helpful. Continue to check those out. We hope that you'll consider being a member, either the podcast or Marching Arts Education site. A lot of people are using their professional development funds from school. That really helps us be able to keep doing what we're doing. I'm trying to turn my personal career, this is my mission in life now, is I love being somebody that helps share all this helpful content with the people on our marching and music activity, trying to turn that more into my full-time job. So I'm hoping to do less marching band arranging, drill design, show consultation stuff, and more of this stuff. But it's only going to happen if the site continues to grow, and it is. Great things are happening if people sign up for memberships and continue to support the sponsorships. We're putting ads on the website. So if you have a business, I have your targeted audience. That's the thing I'm most excited about, is the people that are listening to all these sponsor messages on all these podcasts and webinars are like the exact audience that these people, that the sponsors in the world of marching music are trying to reach. So that's super exciting. So anyway, again, congratulations, Jason and Rob. You have the most popular podcast of 2019. So I really appreciate him doing that with me. I appreciate everybody who shared their expertise. Last thing I'll say, as you go into the holiday season, and I got to tell you, just looking through my Facebook feed can be really challenging, as people are not always super nice to each other or saying nice things or being logical or, paying attention to real facts and things. So that can all be very discouraging. Don't be discouraged. There's a lot of really great people doing really great work. And I always remind myself, especially as I said, I've been reviewing all the stuff on the website, looking over the podcast for the year. You got to say, you have to remember, there are so many people doing so much great work. And every time somebody comes on and talks to me on the webinar or on a podcast, they're really happy to share their expertise. And then you think about all these young people, we worry about the future of the world and what the young people aren't doing, whatever. Well, look at these kids, students out there on the field, on the floor in the winter, whatever they're doing. It's amazing the amount of effort, the amount of talent, the amount of excellence, and that's going to guide them through their whole life. So the people that are teaching them, the people that are designing those shows, kudos to you, and especially to those students who are making it happen. We're going to be okay. So as I go into the holiday season, I get ready to make my cookies for my big weekend holiday cookie party that I'm going to, and hopefully don't burn down my kitchen. I can feel good, put on some Christmas tunes, and be like, okay, the world's going to be okay. All I have to do is look back over the podcast, think about all the people that shared their expertise, all the people that supported our business. And thank you if you were somebody that listened, that supported us, who was on a podcast, or told somebody about the podcast, or told somebody about a webinar. I really appreciate it. So happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas, all that stuff. Hope you have a great time. Again, thanks for the podcast. Excited about what's going on with that. Tons. I've already recorded like 12 podcasts that are ready for the new year. I've been doing a lot of that too. So there's a lot of great content coming up. I won't even start talking about what the topic's going to be. I'll save that for another conversation. But thanks everybody for watching right now. And thanks everybody again for downloading and listening to podcasts. And Jason, you're the man. Thanks everybody. Subscribe to the Marching Roundtable and Marching Arts Education YouTube channel so you never miss a single video from the Marching Arts' #1 source of educational resources, entertaining podcasts, and news from the activity. If you like the Marching Roundtable, please tell a friend or colleague. You are the best way we have to let people know about this valuable resource. Find podcasts at marchingroundtable.com and find live webinars and video content at marchingartseducation.com. Thank you for watching.